Exploring Charleston's luxury neighborhoods. Maybe you've been thinking about making the move to Charleston, South Carolina. Maybe you're someone who's like, hey, Ryan, I'm looking at prices of $800,000 and up. Well, I've got news for you. Homes over $4 million make up roughly the top 1% of the entire Charleston real estate market. So today, I am diving into luxury, folks. We're going to take a peek into some of my favorite neighborhoods where you can find ultra luxury price tags with ultra luxurious lifestyles. Hey everyone, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Ryan. I am your neighborhood expert. I have been selling real estate in the Charleston area for well over 5 years. I have helped over 300 families relocate here successfully, might I add. And today I am talking to you about the world of luxury when it comes to Charleston, South Carolina. Now, most of you may say, well, Ryan, we're only looking at $500,000, $600,000 homes. But there are some of you who might be watching this that might be like, hey, Ryan, that's just us getting our feet wet. 800, 900, a million and a half. That's where we're really looking. So we're going to be talking about all the ultra luxury neighborhoods that's with homes over $4 million right here in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, whether you're looking to actually purchase one of these homes or you're just dreaming, this video might be for you. Now, before we jump into the neighborhoods, one thing I want to mention is Ryan Serhant, who's a realtor who you're going to be hearing a lot about in the next coming week. He's actually releasing a new channel, a new show on Netflix called Owning Manhattan. So I said, well, Ryan Serhant's got New York. Ryan McHugh has Charleston, South Carolina. So now I have the domain name owningcharleston.com. If you go there, all of my north $1 million properties are going to be featured on this website. So if you're somebody who's like, hey, we have budget and taste for the ultra luxurious, well, you need to go to owningcharleston.com. Now, the neighborhoods we're going to discuss in this video are not in any particular order because honestly, I just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I don't want people writing me and saying, hey, you should have put this one before that neighborhood because we know this neighborhood's the best. Not getting into all that. What I'm basically doing is just I'm going to put these down. I'm going to talk to you about them, and we can even have conversation. Even if you want to leave some comments in the comments below, feel free. But let's get started. All right, jumping right into first on our list, we have Daniel Island Park. Daniel Island Park is the northernmost neighborhood in the Daniel Island community, and it's where you're going to find the prestigious Daniel Island Country Club. Now there, you're going to have two golf courses. One is a Tom Fazio design course, and the other is a Reese Jones design course. It's the only country club in the nation where you have courses designed by these two golf course architects playing out of the same clubhouse. Now, just like most of the neighborhoods I'm going to talk about here, not every home is over $4 million. It's easy to get in here in the 2 to 3 millions, but there are plenty of homes over $4 million, and all of them are going to have a view of the golf course, the marshes, or the lakes. The big draw for people on Daniel Island Park is its location. With convenience to everything that Daniel Island has to offer, as well as close proximity to downtown Charleston, downtown Mount Pleasant, and the beaches of Isle of Palms and Sullivan's Island. Next up, we're going to head out to Isle of Palms. Now, it should be noted Isle of Palms is a tourist destination, so buying a luxury home here means you're going to have an influx of people during the summer and holiday seasons. But what sets it apart from all the other barrier island beach towns is that it has a typical town center where you're going to find shopping centers and a grocery store. Now, within Isle of Palms, you also have the Wild Dunes Resort, which has rentals, a hotel, and some primary residences in there as well. And there are 2 golf courses within Wild Dunes. Now, in the $4 million budget and higher, this is going to get you oceanfront or on the intercoastal waterway. But it should be noted, if you're looking for homes, a lot of them were built to be rentals. So make sure that it's set up for you if you're going to use it as a primary or secondary home. Next, we're going to head down to Kiowa Island. Kiowa is a gated resort-style community, and houses there on the beach can get upwards of $20 million. Now, if you're looking for the ultra-luxury, you're going to want to look there, but also the exclusive Cacique neighborhood of Kiowa. The amenities on Kiowa are world-class, and that includes the golf. If you're a golfer, this is a prime destination for you with 7 different golf courses. 5 are public and 2 are private. The most popular one, or the one that's most well known, is the Ocean Course, which is a 2-time host of the PGA Championship. This is the one you're always seeing on TV, people going to, and there's always alligators walking across the greens. Of the 2 private courses, you have a river course, which is Tom Fazio design, and then there's a Cacique, which is also designed by Tom Watson. Now, we're going to get into the first of the 2 historic neighborhoods on my list. The first one is going to be Mount Pleasant, and it's the Old Village. As the name suggests, it is the oldest neighborhood in Mount Pleasant. It sits right along the corner of the Charleston Harbor and Shem Creek. And this is where you can probably guess that these 1% homes are going to sit, where you can look over the harbor and watch the sunset while seeing the Charleston skyline. There's really nothing prettier than that scene, like just seeing that. Oh, beautiful. There's a mix of newer homes and historic homes here dating back to the 1800s. Here in Old Village. So if you're somebody that's like, Ryan, we need the historic charm, we've got a budget of $3 million and up, like this is where we're looking. The convenience factor is also fantastic. When you're just a walk to Shem Creek, I have friends who don't live far from Shem Creek, and I'll tell you what, they get on their little golf cart, they head over there every Friday, Saturday, and they love it. So if you're somebody who likes to be near all that, you can definitely do that in Old Village. And Coleman Boulevard. It's also very walkable. There's also the Old Village Historic Shopping District, where you have a bunch of mom and pop stores and restaurants that are a great place just to go and hang out. Side note, if you ever watch Outer Banks, you'll actually notice that they use Old Village for a lot of the older scenes in Outer Banks, which is kind of funny, but it's unique to see how they're using Charleston and Mount Pleasant as areas to film these up-and-coming shows for Netflix and other streaming platforms. So, very cool. If you don't want to live on the water, you can always head over to Alhambra Hall, where you can see out onto the harbor from there. You won't be right on the water, but you'll be able to see it. That brings me to my second historic neighborhood, and that is South of Broad. South of Broad is probably the most famous neighborhood in all of Charleston. It's what people picture when they think of Charleston, because most of the homes here were built in the 17 to 1800s. Now, that is something to consider if you're purchasing a home down here, because many of these homes have preservation easements, which could be anything from exterior facade to the crown molding on the inside. So if you're thinking of purchasing a home here, it's always good to do your research. Those easements could stop you from what you can and can't change in your own home. Some of the ultra luxury homes here are going to be historic homes that overlook the Charleston Harbor out onto Fort Sumter. Apart from owning a piece of history, you live down here. And one of the cool things is that you're just steps away from world-class shopping and restaurants along King Street. That's if you can still afford to shop after purchasing one of these houses. But hey, got $3 million to burn? Baby, bring it on. You got money to spend. One of the downsides of living here is there are a lot of tourists that wander around. So I hope you're okay with people like everybody taking pictures and doing videos and Instagrams and all that stuff in front of these homes, because if you're not, you probably don't want to purchase a historic home downtown. All right, next up on the list, an exclusive residential beach town in Charleston. That is Sullivan's Island. The reason it's one of the most exclusive residential beach towns is because over 20 years ago, they banned short-term rentals. Everybody should. So it was predominantly primary homes and vacation homes. They do allow 30-day rentals, but you don't get those transient vacationers that are just there for the week or the weekend. Its location is just down Ben Sawyer from Mount Pleasant, and you're about 9 miles from downtown Charleston. What Sullivan's Island does offer is a quaint little middle street where you can find some locally owned restaurants, bars, and shopping that are all top of the line. It's probably one of my favorite spots to go. I throw my kids in the car, throw my wife in the car and we go to one of the great restaurants over on Sullivan's Island. It's just a great experience. So if you're looking for a luxury custom home right on the water, boy, oh boy, Sullivan's Island sure is the place to be. Now, a final area that I'm going to add to this list that many probably won't talk about is historic homes in historic Summerville. So in Summerville, you have some beautiful large mansion-like historic homes, everything from, these beautiful white antebellum style Southern homes all the way up to your very modern farmhouse style homes. And being located right in historic downtown Summerville definitely brings them a higher price tag. So some of these homes can be in there from $2.5 to $3.5 million. But it's also another area I would consider, because if you're a family and you want one of these luxury style homes, but you want to be in a family-friendly community, well, you can definitely do it here in Summerville. But definitely don't want to take any light away from Sullivan's Island, Mount Pleasant, downtown Charleston. So many great places with luxury attached to it. So if you're someone that's still like, hey, Ryan, I want to buy a luxury home. I don't care if it's $2, $3, $4 million. I'm looking for it. So if you're looking for it, do me a favor and go to owningcharleston.com. That's where we're going to have all of our uber luxury listings that you can check out right here in Charleston. If you want to learn more about any more areas, you got to do me a favor. Go ahead, subscribe, tap that notification bell, leave me a comment below. If I missed a neighborhood, go ahead and let me know. I want to hear what your thoughts are. And also, do me a favor, if you're looking to purchase or relocate here, feel free to reach out. I did this too. I know exactly how to help you. Feel free to reach out. Days, nights, weekends, holidays, it doesn't matter. 843-226-5535. Ryan McHugh, your neighborhood expert. You want to see available properties now? Hit me up. Oh, don't forget to check out this video right here if you want to see more great luxury properties.